Welcome. In this video, we'll walk you through the essential steps to prepare a patient for EEG recordings. Good preparation is key for getting reliable brain signals. Start by greeting the participants and explaining the procedure. Let them know that it's painless and is safe. Make sure that the room is quiet and free from electrical noise. So turn off all phones and unnecessary electrical devices to avoid interference. In this video, I'm also measuring the participant's head to make sure I'm selecting the appropriate cup size. This is to have the appropriate electrode location, but also from the comfort of the participant. The next step is skin preparation. So clean the part of the scalp where the electrode will be placed with alcohol or abrasive gel. This will help reduce the skin resistance and improve the quality of the signals. The next step is placing the electrodes in your participants, and depending on the scope and the reason of your recordings, you might use different amount of electrodes. You can use 8, 32, 64, just for an example. Here in this video, we're using 32 channels to record EEG with our participants. What is important is the standardization of the placements of the electrodes, so we can make sure that when comparing results, when comparing data, the electrodes are always placed in a relative same position. You might use single electrodes, or you might use an EEG cup with electrode already placed on it. Independently of the method, you want to make sure you're using a standardized placement. So we recommend you to use the International T20 system. To use this, you need to mark 4 points. Nasion, from the beginning of your nose between the eyebrows, to inion at the back of your head, as you can see in the figure marked in red. You also want to measure the distance between the preauricular points, and in the middle of that, so the intersection between these two lines, you should find the electrode called CZ. All the other electrodes has to be placed at 10% at the distance between nasion and inion and between the preauricular points. You also want to check the symmetry of the placement so that your EEG cup is placed symmetrically on the participant, checking, for example, the line sewed on the EEG cup. Now is the time to place the conductive gel in the electrodes, and you need to insert it in all the electrodes that you want to use. So this is a process which might be time consuming. Apply the gel until you are satisfied with impedance. Use the EEG system to check for the impedance of your recording. You want to aim for low values, possibly below 5 kiloohm. In the system, in these pictures, all the round circles indicate electrodes and the colors in it indicate the impedance level, and we would like to keep it as green as possible, so lower values, possibly below 5 kiloohm. If this is not the case, you might want to adjust your electrode or add some gel to lower the impedance of your measurements. And of course, you need a ground, which is the yellow electrode here on the top of the head, and a reference electrode, which in this case was placed on the right ear lobe. Make sure your participants is comfortable and relaxed. Ask them to avoid movement which might affect the recording, the quality of the recording, like too much blinking, movement of the eyes or the body, or chewing. And try to document any situation which might affect the quality of the data. And that's it. A proper EEG preparation ensures clean and usable EEG data and the best quality of the signal.